couples. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. I'm Jeff.
I'm Marci.
And we're really glad that you joined us. We're talking Christmas gifts that aren't wrapped and under a tree, but are important, maybe more important than the ones that go wrapped under the tree. And we're almost to Christmas, and so maybe this is a little late, I'm not sure, but we're going to talk about the gift of tradition and some ways for you to access tradition. I know that in this COVID world, all the traditions are blown up. A lot of them are blown up. We used to go down and visit family. We used to have people over for Christmas Eve dinner. Those are all blown up.
Sugar Plum Fairy, going to the ballet, the symphony. Yeah, it's tough.
Sugar Plum Fairy? I'm so confused.
What? Okay, it was a tradition in my mind.
We may need to talk about this with more detail.
But, what were you thinking of?
I have no idea, but I love it. So let's talk traditions, and we're going to end this with a tradition to challenge you with and a little bit of competition.
Oh, yeah.
So we're excited about that. So let's dive in. COVID's blown up tradition, at least a lot of them. And I don't know, I came from a family that had a few Christmas traditions, but I don't particularly remember a lot. And I married a woman with 8,000.
We have a lot of Christmas traditions. When I was growing up, we had traditions of Christmas cookies, and we went to church on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Eve we always got to open one gift, and that was your pajamas, and they were always from Grandma. And then so Christmas morning, everybody was in their fresh pajamas on Christmas morning to open up the rest of the gifts.
There were a lot. And it became
there were more.
there were a lot and a lot of expectations. And it came with all sorts of conflict and struggle, and part of what I struggled with was the realization of the power of tradition. And here's a theological reality that might just kind of zing over your head so you can skip ahead to the next part of this podcast if it does. But God created us as embodied people in time. And time, by its very nature, has rhythm. There's 24 hours in a day. There's sun, moon. There's 7 days in a week. There's 365 days in a year. There's all of this rhythm that we've been created to have. And so when it comes to tradition, those are ways we mark those rhythms and the ways we mark that time. And it is actually good for the soul to have traditions that we mark and hold with one another, to help mark that time and to help celebrate that time and to help celebrate the passage of time. So let's talk about some ways to give the gift of tradition.
Awesome.
The first one is talk about your traditions.
Talk about your traditions, your old ones that you used to have, and how you want to morph them into what your family, your nuclear family now wants to have. So when I grew up, we had all of the Christmas gifts from Santa wrapped in red tissue paper. Well, that was just kind of a neat thing, but now all the gifts from Santa are actually, the emphasis is on Christ, that Christ is giving those gifts, and so they're still wrapped in red for the blood of Christ, but it means something different now. So that was one tradition.
And we had to talk about that.
Yeah.
We had to work our way toward that. As a couple, it can be annoying, it can be frustrating, it can be hard, and it also can be a blessing and a gift all the way through. And so what are the traditions that you have that you cherish, both of you individually, and how do you bring those together and merge them together? You were just talking about taking a essentially secular concept and bringing it under the idea of faith. We had to decide, okay, what do we do about how we celebrate Christmas dinner, Christmas Eve? Our family had a huge Christmas Day dinner. Marci's family had a huge Christmas Eve dinner. And so how do you land on that?
Or do you just say, I'm exhausted, so our tradition is going to be pizza? I have a family member that their tradition every Christmas Eve is pizza. They have pizza, and then they have a big celebration on Christmas Day.
But have a conversation about it.
Right.
Just it doesn't need to be heavily emotionally loaded. It's just, what traditions do we want to have? The second one is schedule your traditions.
Yes.
This is a busy, crazy time, and it's easy to lose sight of the traditions. You don't have to do them all, but pick a few and say, we're really going to schedule this. We're gonna lock it in and have it in place, and we're gonna plan for it.
Right, and make it a bigger. It could be a ministry event. It could be, you're baking cookies and you invite the neighbor over, or you take a few cookies to each one of your neighbors, or whatever, so that the family, your nuclear family, can be a larger extended family. That gift gives.
So plan it.
Yes.
If you don't plan it, it just becomes random. And the other thing I've discovered is I tend to be a planner, and if it's 2 days out and it's time to make Christmas cookies and we haven't planned it, I get a little grumpy because I had other things to do in my day, and now all of a sudden we've got to deal with this tradition and But if the expectations are established ahead of time, it helps. In some ways, I find it very much like shopping. If you get your Christmas shopping done in advance, it just makes everything go so much smoother. And so if you talk about the traditions, what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, and when you're going to do it, it really makes a huge difference.
Right. What's the third one?
New traditions.
New traditions. So what tradition are you going to do that's new? And not to add something else to your plate, but that's just for your family. Something that's just for you.
Yeah, when Caleb, our son, kind of got into movies and he wanted to make movies and be a movie producer and all that kind of, or movie director, one of our Christmas traditions we added was we go to the movies every Christmas afternoon.
Right.
We
Which
wanted
just
to go.
got taken off the table.
Yeah, just got deleted.
That's okay.
But it was a great tradition. So in the vein of that, what kind of new tradition could you have? And now we're setting you up for the competition.
Yeah.
Because last year we started a new tradition that we're super excited about, and we wanna pass on to you. So tell them a little bit about the Christmas cookie making and what happened last year.
Oh my goodness, you got. Okay, I forgot about that. Okay, so Christmas cookies has always been a part of my life. My mom made Christmas cookies. We had candy cane cookies. We had all kinds of chocolate chip cookies. So when I married Jeff, his mom made Christmas cookies as well. So we would make her lemon cookie recipe and the Christmas cutter cookies. Well, it became like, we have to do
we have
cookies.
to?
It's 2 days. It's a 2-day process.
There's no more 2-year-olds in the house or 5-year-olds or whatever.
Right, but there are the 2-year-olds who want to eat the cookies in the house. Like, it's the little red hen story. So I just thought, okay, how am I going to do this? Because I really want these Christmas cookies in the house. So I just thought, oh, this is going to be great. So I found actually, I think I was at my hairdresser or whatever, and she said, oh yeah, we made, because she's a Star Wars fan, and we're kind of Star Wars geeks. So.
Kinda is an understatement.
Understatement, right, exactly. You should hear, like, all the connections my son has to Star Wars. So anyway, so we made Baby Yoda Christmas cookies, and so we're making the Christmas cookies, and everybody's grumpy last year, and I just say, okay, this is the deal. We're going to have a Baby Yoda Christmas competition, and whoever can make the best Baby Yoda wins. And everybody's like, all of a sudden, they're all like, all grumpy, and I go, we're having a Baby Yoda Christmas competition? They're like, what? And they...
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, Baby Yoda last year and this year is the cutest thing in the world.
On the Mandalorian on Disney.
Here is Baby Yoda. So super, super cute. And so here were our creations of Baby Yoda. Yes. We had a blast making Baby Yodas.
So we each made Baby Yoda from the Christmas Angel cookie on the cookie cutter. And so the Christmas Angel, and no offense, but here's the Christmas Angel cookie cutter, and you have to cut off its head and then tip its little wings
awesome.
up.
You just pull the dough off and eat the dough. It's magical.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so So we're having this competition, and what we did last year is we sent an international. It was an international competition.
International competition.
On
Who won?
I think you did.
you think I
and
did?
I was kind of
Of
bummed.
the world.
Okay, I was super competitive. Okay, because it was my idea. I should have won. But then
I got the most votes.
Yes, but then there's also the Bell cookie cutter, and the Bell cookie cutter makes the Mandalorian's helmet.
Anyway, here's the deal. We want to challenge you to a Baby Yoda cookie contest.
Yes.
So we're going to make Baby Yoda cookies. We're going to have another international vote. And so make your Baby Yoda cookie, take pictures, hashtag Kind Yoda on Instagram, or you can email them to us on the Kind Faith website, and we'll take those Baby Yoda pictures. We'll send them to our international panel of judges, and we will come back
And
with
we're
the
not
winner.
kidding. This is going to Africa and England.
Yeah,
So-
and the winner of the Baby Yoda cookie contest will win the deep admiration of a global community.
There you go. There you
I mean, what a prize, right?
know.
So,
Absolutely.
make your Baby Yoda cookies, start a new tradition, and have a blast this Christmas. We're excited. Hey, like our video. We would love it if you liked it. We would love it as well if you would give us your comments and your feedback. In fact, particularly, we would love to know for the new year what you'd like us to be talking about. Some questions, issues, concerns, or thoughts that we could be talking about. We've got a long list, but we'd rather hear from you and share things that
And
are
if you
important to
need
you.
support in your marriages, don't forget to reach out to The Kind Faith, and you can reach us there, thekindfaith.org, and we'll be happy to connect with you on that.
Yep. So God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas, and may the Force be with you.
And happy holy days. Internationally, happy holy days. Bye, guys.
Take care. Bye.